Hello and welcome to Coronacrisis. My name's David Haythornthwaite and I'm the chairman of AFC Fylde, and over the next few weeks and months I'm hopefully going to take you through what goes on behind the scenes of a non-league football team at times like this. We're going to discuss all the issues regarding behind the scenes, the players, off-field staff, all the things that contribute to the running of the club, and how we're dealing with the issues that are being thrown at us on a daily and weekly basis, so that it gives you a really good insight to the club and the running of clubs in general. So I look forward to you joining me on this journey.
David, thanks for joining us once again on another episode behind the scenes with AFC Fylde. Today we'd like, if possible, another update on the business side of what's going on at the minute. We know obviously some staff are working for Vet Plus, and there's a few other operational areas of Mill Farm that are reopening.
Yeah, I think I don't know whether it was last week or the week before. One of the things we talked about was that we'd given the opportunity to the furloughed staff, particularly AFC Fylde, who'd expressed a concern about a drop in their wages, as some people have taken, and that we were able through our veterinary company based in Lytham to offer them work. One of the great things I think about the government furlough scheme is it amazingly does allow you to get another job, and I think you're going to be talking to Jonathan later, and I think he's almost sort of doubling his income through this period. So in that particular case, if you're prepared to go out and work, this furlough situation gives a great opportunity. Of course, not everybody can do that. So I think I told you last time, Jonathan, 18, who runs our commercial, has taken that up, and I think he's been there 2 or 3 weeks now. We've also had Katie Paget, who also is working there, and I think last time we were trying to get Duncan, our kit man, but if you remember, we couldn't get him a shift on nights. It's fantastic. Katie Paget's agreed to do nights, and so Duncan, we've managed to accommodate him. He's got a young family, 3 kids, so he needs every penny he can get. And I think maybe, are you talking to Duncan as well, maybe later, about his experience? So Duncan, I think, started a little bit later than the other 2. And this week, fantastic, we've had the first of our footballers, I think the youngest of our footballers, Sheldon, probably needs more money more than maybe some of our higher paid stars out there. But Sheldon's also started working in the factory this week, so it's so far, hopefully it's been pretty successful for us, and hopefully successful for them, and able to bridge that gap between for the loss of earnings. So it's been good, really.
And speaking to them away from the camera as I have, I know there's been an emphasis on, a couple of them have mentioned that their mental health's improved by being able to get out of the house and getting it back into work. Is that something you must be really pleased to be able to offer them that?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny you say that, Adam, because many of us live in a bubble, and I'm not ashamed to say I'm probably one of those that does. I'm very fortunate. I've said many a times, I've been up at my house in the Lake District from day one, since back from March the 19th, really, when we had lockdown. My wife was very concerned, and so we went to our house, and we've been there ever since. This is one of the first days I've sort of ventured out to the football club, as you can see, pitch in the background, and touch wood, so far self-isolation has managed me to stay clear of coronavirus. I've got an amazing place, so the chance of me going stir crazy up there is probably nil. But as I think I have mentioned right at the beginning, when I think about people who are living in small houses with, like Duncan, probably with young family, wow, you could go stir crazy really, really quick. I'm not sure I could live with my 3 kids who are grown up in a big house, never mind a little house. So it's anything, I'm sure, that allows people to get out a little bit and do something different must be great, and I'm glad to hear that. I hadn't heard until you just told me yourself, but yeah, I'm sure it's just going to work, I've said many times, is therapeutic, and people do sometimes just like to get out of the house and get away from the other half, don't they? So yeah, it's good so far.
And have you had good feedback? Are they settling in well? Are they enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, the old story, isn't it? It's no news is good news. And Sam Wright, who heads up looking after all the manufacturing for me, you know, they forwarded the CVs to him, and he interviewed them and took them on. And trust me, if they weren't doing a good job, he'd be the first on the phone to tell me, David, sorry, I've got to move these guys out. They're not doing the job. So far, I haven't heard anything, and I only assume that they're doing a great job.
Brilliant. Well, we're going to hear from them very shortly.
Okay, good. That'll be interesting.
Jonathan, thanks for joining us. You are commercial manager at AFC Fylde, and
yes.
It's great to have a chat with you at the moment. But during this time, you have been furloughed from the club, from your current role.
Correct.
During the lockdown,
Yeah.
so you've been unable to work. But you've taken up the option of going to work at Vet Plus, an offer David's made to you.
Absolutely.
Just before we go into what's happening during your new working hours, how have you been during lockdown?
I think, like everybody, there is a mentality that we're all in together. It's far from ideal, and you know, there's obviously something really bad out there. I think, from a personal point of view, I'm desperate to get back to some kind of normality from a football point of view. I think we're all, as football fans, desperate to see that first game, whatever that looks like. But it's been all right. I think that the first couple of weeks, I hesitate to use the word novelty, but it was something different, and we were unsure what was going to happen. I think as the weeks progressed, I'm one of these big advocates that you talk about your mental health, and I think that's important. I think that as much as having time off work, it's good to kind of almost regroup and do things. I was conscious that you know, being at home a lot isn't probably as attractive as it may seem. If you'd asked me last year, do I want 6 weeks? I absolutely just kind of long for the days of football and getting Mill Farm back to what it has always been, which is lively on a Saturday, and I really miss that.
Can you tell us a bit about your role? You mentioned there, obviously, you look forward to Saturday the most, but tell us a bit about your role with the club.
So I joined just into the season, September last year. So I primarily look for revenue streams into the club, so sponsorship, hospitality, whether it be player sponsorship, whether it be shirt sponsors or game sponsors. The revenue for the club is my responsibility. And one of the things that I've always prided myself on, and always will do, is the relationship we have with local businesses. Really getting so frustrated, we were getting to a point where, you know, regular sponsors were happening for games, you know, and we've had the new screen put into the ground, which opens up another wealth of opportunities for me. But overall, I like to fly. Now I'm proud to fly the flag for AFC Fylde, and the relationships that we are building and have built with local businesses. When we get back to some kind of normality, whatever that looks like, I'm really looking forward to kind of getting that back up and running.
So in these tough times, obviously being away from the club, David has shared the news with everyone, with us, that he sent a letter out to most of the employees, the playing staff and the office staff, to work at his factory. You've taken up that option? Absolutely
No-brainer, I'll be honest with you. I've kept myself reasonably busy by trying to help people as much as I can. Done a bit of shopping for my elderly neighbours and bits like that. But I was ready for doing something, and I didn't know what that something looked like. And then got a letter, contact from David, offering me the chance to work at Vet Plus. Obviously being furloughed from Fylde, Adam, it was a no-brainer. I just said absolutely. You know, it helps the business overall. There's obviously a real synergy there between the two companies. It was just a no-brainer. So I got the letter on the Thursday, and I started on the Monday, and I'm not going to lie to you, no, it's getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's been a bit of a shock to the system, but I'm so glad I did it, genuinely. Just from like I said before, you know, I'm conscious of mental health, and doing having some kind of structure to my week. You know, we sit here on a Friday afternoon now, and the weekends mean something again to me, and that was something that was being lost a little bit. So from my own personal point of view, just the best thing that could have possibly happened over the last few weeks, genuinely, to just kind of get back to some kind of, you know, work structure.
And that's certainly great to hear. But also, what is your role? What are you doing at Vet Plus?
So I am doing there's before the products go for export to all the different countries that Vet Plus supply to, doing a bit of quality control and packing, checking orders, etc. And yeah, really just part of the team. They're a good team down there. They've made me feel very welcome. And thoroughly enjoyed it, to be honest, Adam. It's been a good experience, and another little notch on my CV as well, which is nice. You know, I'll turn my hand to anything.
Certainly something I wanted to ask you in terms of you'll be learning new skills, but you'll also be able to transfer some skills from your current job into this one.
Absolutely, yeah. I think again, one of the most important things that I think personally when you're at work is the team that you work with. And there's some good people that I've met over the last couple of weeks, and bizarrely friends of friends when you enter into conversations who might be interested in sponsoring games and bits like that. And I think there's also a little bit of a curiosity thing because I'm from the football club, and it's all been very positive, and I hope that what I am, and you work with me all the time, I do consider myself to be a good communicator, is that I've kind of carried that on there really, and it's can all be a bit guilty of being a bit serious sometimes, so we've had to try to keep spirits up a little bit, and a bit of camaraderie it's been good for me. It's been enjoyable.
Right. And we try our best, and we certainly hope we achieve to be a community club.
Yes.
Does this kind of show it's very family based, so
100%.
You may be out of work, well, not necessarily out of work,
Yes.
but away from work for the moment, but there's something else there, there's new people, and
Absolutely.
again, new friends.
And also, I was aware of Vet Plus and the company and what it did. I didn't realise what a business, and we should be proud that that's in Lytham, and that goes to all the different countries. I look at the countries that I've sent stuff to today alone, South Korea and Japan and Italy. It's mightily impressive actually when you see it. It's a well-oiled ship, and I think what's really nice is there's 40-50 people that are all local. They're all employed and work in this area, live and work in this area. So yeah, absolutely. And from a file point of view, one of the things that I'm incredibly proud of, and Katie, the fan liaison officer who we work alongside, does an exceptional job with the fans and that local community with the schools and stuff. So it just all marries up quite nicely.
We're really glad you're enjoying it, but we would like to see you back here when the football begins.
Adam, I want to see you back as well. Honestly, it's madness, but hopefully we'll come out of this, and we look forward to getting back on track to where we should be.
Duncan, thanks for joining us. You are a kit man at AFC Fylde, but during the current lockdown period, things have been a little bit different.
Yep.
Before we go into what you're up to at the moment, just how are you?
I'm alright, yeah, very well. Strange times, impacted on us all, as we know. But yeah, I'm very well. None of my family have fallen foul of the viruses yet, so I feel very lucky. So yeah, I'm in good spirits and in good health.
Before the lockdown, when we were all playing football and enjoying it, what was your role at the club? What were you up to day by day?
I'm the kit man, or kit manager, so on a daily basis I'm responsible for the players' kit and the playing staff and management's kit, so I make sure they have everything they need kit-wise for the day's training. That's on a daily basis, and on match days I'm responsible for making sure we take everything with us wherever we're going and travelling, or whether we're here, making sure the lads have got everything they need for performing the best they can on the field.
So it's a busy job then?
Yeah, very busy, yes. I spend a lot of time washing underpants. Yeah.
So unfortunately, due to the lack of football, you were furloughed from the club. David's been quite open and honest about that, and been saying what's needed to be done, but you were sent a letter and offered some different work.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was furloughed under the government scheme, and I can't remember how long it was in, but I received a letter basically from David, basically saying strange times and how things were, and offering me some work if I wanted it down at Tangerine Holdings in Lytham. Any number of hours, up to a maximum of 40, doing some work in their warehouse. So when I got the letter, first and foremost I thought, well, that's really good of him. There's no need to go to those sort of lengths to find us work. But my view was, as far as I'm concerned, David's money is what's keeping the club going. If I can help put money into his businesses that help AFC Fylde, that I was more than happy to do it. And also I'd spent 6 or 7 weeks doing my wallpapering and painting and gardening. I'd run out of that to do, and for my own mental health as well. I felt it was good to get back into the work situation. So I've gone down and I'm looking down there now with some other colleagues from here.
Just how important is that? You've mentioned your mental health there.
Yeah.
That you've been in the obviously the environment at the football club pretty much every day for so long.
Yeah.
What's it like to just have to then take that away, be at home, and then obviously go back into the workplace and jumping from place to place?
Yeah, I mean, I'm if anyone who knows me well will tell you that I'm not good when I've not got anything to do. I need to be busy, so I have managed to fill my time at home. I have 3 young kids as well, but I've managed to fill my time at home, DIY, painting, gardening and stuff. But for me, I needed to be doing something, getting up and going out and doing something and then coming home. It's vital for my own sort of mental health and making sure that I keep on top of things, because also at some point we are going to go back to whatever normal is. We're all going to have to go back and do our job, and I think if you're doing something, continuing to work, that jump won't be as drastic when it comes. I think some people will find it difficult, not necessarily saying here at Fylde, but everywhere when they go from doing nothing to going back into the workplace, because it's unusual times for us all.
So it's safe to say it came at a good time for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, brilliant time.
Can you tell us a bit about what you are doing at Fylde?
Yeah, we're along with other people that work here, Jonathan 18, Katie Patchett, Sheldon Green, one of the footballers. We're packing basically. It's all the nutraceutical pet products that David's company makes. We're making sure that they are boxed and packaged in the right numbers, in the right packs, ready for being dispatched across the world. It's very interesting, to be honest, because we're packing stuff for as far afield as Japan, Cyprus, Spain, I think some of the Eastern European countries. So I'm finding it really interesting, to be honest, even though it's just what some people would say is packing. It's actually interesting work.
And also, you know what David expects, don't you, from his staff? So would you say you've had some transferable skills from here to there? Yeah,
David expects high standards. He wants things done right, and he wants things done properly, which you would expect. So coming from this background, knowing what David expects and going into that environment, Tangerine, which is exactly the same, I think we've probably surprised, well, not surprised, I think people have been grateful that we've gone in and we're grafting and we're doing things right, we're making sure things are right, we're not just doing it half-heartedly, we're really throwing ourselves into it to make sure it's right, because we know that's what David expects.
And have you had a chance to meet new people and learn something new yourself?
Yeah, there's lots of banter down there, lots of people from all walks of life, like everywhere. Working with a lot of people from sort of Eastern European countries, and I'm trying to pick up some language skills from them while we're down there. But it's really laid back, it's really jolly, if you will. Everyone's up for it. There's no moping and moaning around, and I'm finding it a really good place to work.
Can you give us any of the new language skills?
Not just yet, yeah, I'm still practicing.
Just finally, Fylde always wants to be the community club. We're open and honest about that. We want to embrace the local community. Yeah. So having the business so locally as well, and David offering his staff and you meeting local community and other people, it just embodies that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've made new friends. I've personally, I've only been down there this week, so but I've made some new friends already. I've got new numbers in my phone, but I keep encouraging the people who perhaps never visited Fylde as well to come along to one of the football matches. I said, because the standard of football is a lot better than you probably think and expect. So yeah, and it's the same as it is here. It's everyone channeling their energies for one cause, which is making sure that Tangerine Holding and AFC Fylde continue to prosper and do well.
And we're really glad you're enjoying it, but I'm assuming you want to get straight back onto the side of the pitch at some point.
Oh, absolutely, I can't wait. I mean, being a kitman was my sort of dream job once I retired from my role in the police. So yeah, I'm itching to get back, but I also understand and appreciate that could take time. But in the meantime, I'm happy, helping out.
Well, thanks for talking to us today. Stay safe.
No, thanks very much.
Well, David, it was great there to hear from Jonathan and from Duncan, who were both clearly enjoying their time down at Vet Plus. We obviously want them back at Mill Farm, but it's good to know that they are being productive during their time away. What else is happening with Mill Farm at the moment? We understand something else is developing.
Yeah, well, I think we've, as you know, we've now got a plan from the government, a 5-point plan, unlike the National League where we don't have any plan. We have a 5-point plan, I suppose, which is gradually to get out of this lockdown situation and get back to some sense of normality. And part of that has allowed sort of takeaways, shall we say, or drive-through takeaway to open. My wife was telling me there was some picture of a McDonald's somewhere in London where there was a queue sort of 2 miles long. You know, obviously people have been missing the McDonald's fix. And what we thought, well, look, this is a great opportunity for us to do two things. So, first of all, we've tonight starting, in actual fact, with our new pizzas. So this is the box. It was delivered about 2 hours ago, and you know, we have an Italian restaurant here called Milano's. We'd never done takeaways before, or deliveries, as a matter of fact. But we thought there's a great opportunity, to create a little bit of excitement, build a little bit of brand, and hopefully deliver some great pizzas to people out there. So we're starting tonight. We've selected as a trial run just to make sure we don't you know, mess up on the first time, with 50 different people, families we know, so some can order online, make sure that works, some can pick up, some we deliver. We've set up all the you know, hygiene standards that are necessary to do this, the social distancing and everything like that. And from 4 o'clock this afternoon, which is in about 20 minutes, people will be able to start ordering Milano's pizza. We've got an amazing pizza chef, Giuseppe, all the way from Napoli. I told him that I was once chased around Napoli by a lot of Italian fans, so I don't have fond memories of Napoli, but it's very, very famous for pizza. And certainly we've got a wonderful pizza chef to make these new pizzas that we're going to be offering. So that's something that's great. Once everything's gone okay for tonight, hopefully, the next week we'll open on Thursday night and we'll be offering free pizzas to the public. So it'll be one free pizza to household, just so you can get to taste what makes our pizza different than everyone else. We're not going to try and compete with you know, the average pizza you find in you know, in a kebab shop or something like that. At the same time, Domino's are the kings of the takeaway. We're not going to compete with them. So we're going to try and have a gourmet style pizza. We're only going to have 6 different ones to start with, but we want people to try them. So that will start next Thursday. So stand by your phones and get ready to get your free pizza. So that's all exciting, and hopefully it'll create some excitement out there and try and get people into a sense that maybe normality of some type is starting to return. That's the first thing. The second thing we're doing is that we're also going to open Aroma. So Aroma is our cafe downstairs. It's kind of part of Bradley's. And again, working on the takeaway theme, we've created our own kind of drive-through. So you know that, you probably know, hopefully, that we've got a Costa franchise, I suppose. It's not an official Costa, but we're allowed to serve Costa, and we've had all the training on it. That's more training yesterday. So we'll be doing a drive-through service right outside Bradley's, where you can come in, you don't need to get out of your car. We'll take your order on the iPad. The iPad will go straight to our mobile kitchen. We just bought £45,000 mobile. I bought it a few weeks ago, mobile kitchen, for various other things that I do in my business. But I thought this would be perfect for the drive-through. And so the order will go through to the kitchen. Gillian, one of my long-time friends, is running it for me, and we'll be serving breakfast and coffee to go from 7 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock every day. So you pull up, put your order in, pay for it on touchless, no cash, go to a little bit further on, wait till your food's been delivered. I described it a little bit like sometimes, go back to McDonald's, sometimes your food's not ready, so they say, can you go in parking bay 1? You obviously a McDonald's eater, you know that, but you go in parking bay 1. We'll have a similar system where you will go and park and we'll bring the food, put it on the table to you, and then you can pick it up, and so there'll be no contact, and we keep that distancing. So that's the other thing, and that's going to open this Wednesday morning from 7 a.m. So we'll have a real kind of live drive-through, not in the true sense of a drive-through, but should be pretty good. So we're looking forward to that as well. And again, giving back some sort of normality. I know that if you're like me, you miss your Costa every day. I mean, that's the first thing I do every day when I wake up, try and go and get a Costa somewhere. So we'll be able to provide that and to the greater community in the Fylde starting on Wednesday.
Sounds great. Thanks for the positive update.
Okay.